Hey all, it's Rafi, and today I'm playing a 10-minute game. It started with d4, d5, c4, c6, which is the Slav Defense. So I'm going to go ahead and take on d5, and then play this knight c3. And my idea will be to play bishop to g5 or f4, e3, bishop d3, knight e2, castles, and eventually play something like knight a4 and knight c5 very quickly. Obviously, it depends a little bit on black does as well, but that's the general plan in this opening. We're playing v6 105. Rated 2189. 2053 in blitz. So obviously a pretty strong player here that we're dealing with. So yeah, we shall see what we can do. E6, okay, so he goes ahead and blocks in the light square bishop right away. So we'll play e3. To this move, my response is going to be... Since there is no bishop g4, we can probably play knight f3 now. Let's wait on it. Let's play bishop d3 first. If he ever plays bishop d6, by the way, I can probably take on d6 and play f4. That way I have a strong control of the e5 square. So that's what he does. So I'm going to go for this line right here. Now I'm happy that I didn't play knight f3, because now I can play this move and play knight f3 now, only after the pawn has already gone to f4. This kind of position, you know, we're basically playing against that bad bishop on c8. And we're really clamping down on e5, and we're going to put our knight on e5 next. We're going to castle, put the knight on e5, maybe play rook f3, rook h3, and go for some sort of kingside attack potentially. We still have the knight a4 and knight c5 plan available to us, unless he plays b6. In that case, then we will not have that plan available. But anytime he's playing a move like b6, you have to remember that the knight on c6 is going to become a little weak. So knight f3. The knight on c6 is pretty well defended. I thought about bishop b5, but I think he can just play rook c8 and queen d. Basically, I can attack it only up to 3 times with bishop, queen, and then knight on e5. And he's able to defend it, you know, 3 times as well. So it's not worth going after this guy. Right now, at least. So I'm going to castle instead. So he castles as well. So now let's play rook c1 first. That way, if there's knight b4 coming, then we can play bishop b1 always. But my idea here is to play knight e5, rook f3, rook h3. After rook h3, then maybe I can play g4 and g5, kick off the knight on f6, and then go for h7 pawn. Good thing is that we can put our knight on f5, or sorry, e5, but he can't put his knight on e4. That's the good thing about this position. I'm just calculating knight b5 to see if there's anything there. Knight b5, he takes my rook. If I take his queen, he takes my... queen, rook. Yeah, I'm gonna lose some extra material there. Rook b5. Sorry, knight b5, rook takes, knight takes, rook takes queen, I take back, bishop a8 or something like that. My knight's kind of stuck. It's not stuck, but I don't see what I've gained from that position. So let's instead go for this rook h3 stuff. So now I'll play this right here, rook h3. I'm expecting f6, knight g4, f5, knight e5, possibly. Oh, g6, interesting. Let's play queen here. I'm trying to play queen h4 next. There's several plans here that are in play. Queen h4 is definitely one of them. Trying to take advantage of those dark squares around the king side. So like maybe exchanging the knight on e4, bishop takes e4, followed by excuse me, some knight knight g4 type of stuff is one other option. So with this move, I'm tempted to play g4 actually here. Yeah, why not? Let's play g4. Let's kick this guy back and then play queen h4 next. Knight g7. Wow, interesting. So if I play queen h4 here, he'll play h5. Either way, this is definitely going to make some weaknesses on this side of the board, so we can go ahead and play this. So I'm thinking maybe rook c2 or rook g2 could be one possibility now. Bishop takes e4 and then queen g5 is another possibility. But I'm pretty sure that he was going to play something like queen d8 to try to exchange off the queens in that scenario. And he's going to play queen d8 right now. Excuse me, right now also. It's another possibility. He's definitely going to want to trade queens with me. That's why I think I need to get into h6 as quickly as possible. So because of that reason, I think I'm going to go ahead and take this knight. So then I go here. Uh-oh, did I run into f6? Does f6 actually work? I don't know. I do get a lot of counterplay if he does play f6, that's for sure. But is it enough? I don't know about that. Like, I'm going to win the h5 pawn. I'm going to win the pawn on f6. I'm going to win the one on g6. So I'll get 3 pawns for the knight. For sure. Yep. Just as expected. The move did appear on the board. So now I had this prepared. Now I've got quite a few threats here in this position, that's for sure. Quite a few things I can try here to try to get a little bit of advantage in this position and succeed with this attack. Queen e8, interesting. Wonder why he played that move. Maybe to try to give some support to g6, perhaps? I need to get the other rook over to the g file, so maybe king h1 and rook g1 is one possibility. Yeah, let's try that. King h1 and then followed by rook g1 and then followed by g takes h5 should be a way to go. Actually, I'm threatening to take on h5 right away. G takes h. If g takes h, then rook g1 is lights out, and if g takes and knight takes, then rook takes h5, g takes, and rook g1 is lights out. So I've got threats, that's for sure. So here he didn't have a choice but to do this, I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I want to here take on h5. That's got to be the way to go here. That opens up the G file and stops knight a5 type of business. So if knight takes h5, rook takes, pawn takes, then rook g1 check, king f7, and rook g7 is mate. So he has to take with the... Oh wow, that's an interesting move. I really didn't consider that too much. But I think he's still in trouble though. The trouble is not over. If h takes g6 now, he's still in a lot of trouble. So here I'm threatening a mate on h8 now. And even if rook takes g6, I'm still threatening h8 mate. If king f8, then I have queen h8. Check. King e7, then queen takes g7. King moves to, I don't know, d8, and then I can take the rook on f6. And that should be giving me a winning advantage. I'm up a rook and knight at that point. So this is definitely a very tough position to maintain here. I mean, it's There's no way to maintain this position, actually. It's gonna be a loss. So now I go up to this square and give it check. Take this with check. Yeah, that's pretty much over at this point. I'm taking the rook with check and it's just done. So yeah, this game is pretty good, I guess. Definitely can't complain too much. So let's look at it. Alright, so I had one blunder and one inaccuracy. Okay, let's see what that was. So this is the Slav Defense exchange variation. So e3, knight c6, bishop d3, and then he plays bishop d6, which is where I went for this idea. And f4 now to try to take over the center. Knight f3. And here I played castle. Rook c1. Knight e5. And he played knight e7, which is where we go out of book. I don't think we got back into book anymore. So after knight e5, knight e7, then let's start looking at the engine here and see what it says. So knight b5. This is the line I was calculating, and I just thought that maybe he can play this. This. And I wasn't sure exactly what I accomplished, but it looks like I did accomplish something because I got the open C file completely for myself. That's definitely something good. But instead I played this idea of rook f3. Rook h3. e1. Correct idea to go to h4. g4 kicks the knight right back, and then queen h4. So here I went ahead and take the knight. Oh, I've got a huge plus here, actually. And then I played king h1 here. But apparently I could have taken on h5 right away. Yeah, he could have gone for f6. That's the line I was looking at. So f6. I would take this. He takes there. No, God, rook takes h5. Interesting. And it gets real messy. Really, really messy here. So instead, plays this queen d8. I go into h6. And then I played king h1 here, trying to get the king to the other corner so I can bring the rook in. Take the h pawn. He plays rook to f6, and I just take here. And here, there's just no way to stop massive loss of material or checkmate. So that's the game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Very nice tactical game. I think I am very happy with the positional play as well here. And the execution on the end of it. And hope to read your comments and see what you think. Rafi Chowdhury signing out from Leechess.